Okay, and today we're going to take a look at the Condemned series for the Xbox 360. Now, when I bought the first Condemned, I really didn't know anything about it. I just had some time to kill. I was looking around some games in the store, and I just seemed to have a little look at this one. And I looked on the back, and there was like quite a mix of gameplay. You were sort of solving a mystery. You were using sort of evidence gathering techniques. There was some combat, and it just looked sort of quite an interesting game. And I'm quite a big fan of sort of survival horror games anyway, so I was quite eager to check this out, especially when I only paid like £6 for it. Now in this review we're going to really take a look at the first Condemned game, but I'm also going to be mentioning the second one in the series.
Thomas, I don't got all day here. Let's get a move on.
Now for the story of the Condemned games, you take the role of Ethan Thomas on the trail of a serial killer.
We need to get this one. Follow me. Body's this way. I'm getting too old for this. You gotta crouch to get under the tape. Come on, let's go. Body's rotting as we speak. The patrolman on duty said there was a...
Now, the Condemned games were released on multiple platforms. The first Condemned was released, I think, on the 360 and also the PC. And I think Condemned 2 was released on all three, so you've got the 360, the PS3, and also the PC.
Chill in such maggot-infested dumps. I guess they'd pick a nice spot without addicts and gang members for one. Becker here, FBI on the scene. Over and out.
Copy that.
Agent Thomas, this is Officer Becker. Becker found the body on patrol. Agent? Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. This is Lieutenant Rosa. I'm your lab tech again on this one. Our wireless data transfer system enables you to investigate and collect evidence at the scene of the crime and transmit it to me for analysis. When I have results, I'll contact you via your cell phone. All right, let's get to work. Let's start by determining the cause of death. When your instincts tell you evidence is nearby, prepare a forensic tool. The system will select the correct tool for you, so don't worry about that. Light on the corpse and find the trauma point. It'll glow a bright purple. Just a sec. Strangled by hand. Very forceful. Finger marks clear, except bruise intensity indicates the killer's right-handed.
Now in the Condemned games you're going to have access to a range of different firearms throughout the two games, but ammo's going to be limited and they're not particularly brilliant weapons always to use in combat. Most of the time you're going to be using various melee weapons that you can find around and punching, kicking enemies, and as I say, also a taser as well. As there are a great number of different weapons in the Condemned series, what you're going to find is this small stats section in the top corner of the screen when you look at a new one that you could possibly pick up. Now, you need to maybe choose these different stats based on your gameplay style and also the type of enemies that you're going to be facing. You've got damage, speed, block and reach. Certain problem solving elements are going to pop up throughout the game. One is sometimes there'll be a door that you can't really open. You need something like this fire axe here to break it open. Now, the Condemned games are sort of first-person horror games, and one thing that these games really do well in the first-person view is scare you. They're going to be really building up tension, particularly in the first one more so than the second one. You're going to be walking around, it's going to be dark, you've got a flickering torchlight, really can't see what's going on, and it'll be quiet for quite a while, and then all of a sudden something will jump out. Now, to get the full scare factor from these games, you definitely need to be sat in a room playing them by yourself, light switched off, preferably on a night time so it's a little bit darker, and there are some really moments that are going to make you jump quite a lot during these games. Now, when I mentioned before that the first Condemned was a little bit scarier than the second one, it wasn't anything really specific that made it scarier, it just overall had a little bit more sort of scary atmosphere when you were playing it. I think the second one seemed a little bit more action orientated. There was some sort of full-blown fights during the game. They introduced chase sequences at some point, which I won't go into specifically. But overall, the first one is a lot scarier game, but they're both really good. The graphics in the Condemned games, they're reasonable, they're good for the game. They're not graphics that you're going to play the game and say they're bad. They're as good as they need to be for these sort of games. Overall, the Condemned games are really sort of fun first-person horror games, and they are going to scare you when you're playing them, which is always fun, particularly in horror games. And I'd definitely advise picking these up. At least pick the first one up for like £5, and it's you're definitely going to get your money.